Hello. I sketched this out already. These are butterfly shoes. This is the ones that are very well loved that I've worn out pretty much, but this is the design that I'm going to copy with a couple of modifications. The buyer wants purple and pink butterflies on this shoe, and then the rest are the yellow and the orange on this shoe. If she's going for like I want to say like a rainbow theme. I'm all for that, but I'm not positive that's what she wants. So like, I'm just gonna do what she says so far. I have sketched it all out, and I'm going to start painting today. I'm going to do the foreground before I do the background this time because the background is actually a little bit intricate. So this is probably one of my favorite designs. I think I've mentioned it before. So let's get some orange on the palette, orange and black for sure, and then probably some blue on the other side. Should I do orange or blue first? Let's do blue first. It's a little less complicated. Well, that's where all my Posca markers went to. I could not find those for life. All right, so white. Let's see here. This is a good color. Where's the other one? That's what I want. I want these two colors for the blue butterfly. And of course black, and I might need some more white. Let's see. I guess that's probably enough white. I prefer the glacier white from Julep, if I can find it. All right. There we go. So these two plus this, and of course black. This is my blue butterfly. Let's get started. Oh, and I can't really play music. I apologize. I've tried to do it in the past, and I always get hit with a copyright no matter what I do. So I kind of stopped, kind of gave up, but maybe just sing or play your own music. I don't know. One day I will be able to use music. Whoa, I just got, oh my gosh. I always get pain on myself when I do live streams, and this we've already started. I haven't even painted anything yet. All right, so we're gonna mix up some blue and black. Although it's more of a darker blue, sometimes I like to mix things a little bit. Mixing it up. I cannot do this. I have a little bit of fine motor skill issues for twisting, and it's just annoying. So, which is why I don't. That's not why, but anyway, I won't talk about that. Let's just talk about painting. We're going to use a lot of black, and you can never have too much white or black paint. Definitely my rule for most things is always get those. So let's see. I have a paper towel here somewhere to wipe my brush on so we can get started. Now this is kind of a thinner fabric. I have newspaper in here, so it won't be completely like. I think Vance has been skipping on there. They've been skimping a little bit. I think they're kind of cutting back on their materials. I get it, tariffs and all, but geez. You used to be so good, Vance. Come on now. All right, we're going to do, is this brush okay? Well, baby. Let's do this one. I prefer not to start with black if I can help it. I'll start with color first. Oops. if you guys stop by, or even after the fact, if you could just hit that like button, that would be great because that'll bring more people to me. I would love to monetize. I need more watch hours. I have plenty of subscribers, and I love every one of you for doing that, but I also need watch hours. So if you guys could just hit that like button, that would be awesome, so I can continue to create for you all. I feel like I need darker blue too, but I'll put this on first and then I'll see what I want to do. I might be able to just use the black, but I kind of don't love to do that. I like to use as many colors as possible to shade. It's a really nice day today. It's really nice out there. It's also really windy. Like, this is a perfect day for some kite flying if you're into that, which I kind of am, but I don't have a kite or a place to fly. If you're wondering where my cat is, she's getting into mischief. She's seeing what's in some of my bags. That's what she does. She's a very curious kitty. Oh, that's where all of her toys are over there. I got her. She's going to go play with some toys. She prefers to play by herself. Sometimes I play with her, but she really likes to just do her own thing. And that's fine by me. So the base color of the background is going to be green, like a dark green, because I want to put flowers on top of that, flower shapes. So, but that's further down the road. I like to paint the foreground sometimes because I don't like to paint over backgrounds very often because if it happens to eventually, the shoes will wear out and then you might see the underpainting, which is not fun. But it doesn't usually, like those shoes up there, I've had those for at least 3 years. Crazy, right? Paint is awesome. It stays on forever. Fabric paint does. Look at a little reference image while I do this so I don't mess it up completely. Is that the one? No. I want one that's realistic, please. There we go. That's the one. I'm going to need to brighten up the blue a little bit. Let's start with this underpainting. I know I just said I was against underpainting, not in all cases. This one that's literally how I paint. I just want to be sure about the background because then it'll be bolder. I don't know if that makes any sense. Be more bold if I know what I'm doing. Because I have used the right combination of color mixing, I guess is how I would explain that. So I think that was where I want to put the black, but I think I'm just going to paint over it and put the black on top because this way I can get the blue the right color, right shade. I do want to save this though, because I will forget to put it in there. Maybe not, but I like to have a little bit of a guideline sometimes. It's also longer, so I'll have to fix that. Up a little bit. That might be too light. But I like to have streaks because I don't know, I just don't like to paint like you can't notice it. I love to see all the brush strokes personally, but not everybody does. You know, I live on the 7th floor. The fact that I can hear the dogs from all the way down there is kind of a nut. It's crazy. Little nuts. But they're not torturing them. They're probably just playing. Okay. I want to do a little bit of detail here with the black. Let me actually get on my reference just because I like to be accurate as possible. Oh my gosh, I thought this was... Okay. I thought this was a good brush. It's not done. Well, it's okay. All right. It's gonna be... I have a lot of art things to do this week. in next week, actually until like May. I have a lot of art things to do, so please, if you see this, you should like and subscribe if you like art, because I have a lot of stuff to get done. And I like to stream because sometimes it motivates me. Now I use a little bit too much water, so it's bleeding, but that's okay. I can just cover it up with some white. There we go. And don't forget, we're going to have a background, so it's not like this is the last. This is not permanent. Everything can be fixed, especially with paint. As I have an upcoming craft fair to prepare for, and I ordered some magnets. I got to do a whole bunch of birthstone magnets because those are really popular usually. And but mostly, I think I'm pretty much set, and I have some new stickers that I can't wait to show you guys. They are awesome, and I hope that they'll do really well, either at the show or online when I put them there on Etsy afterwards. So, very excited to unveil those. One of which I'm actually going to send to this buyer here because it's butterfly themed, and I think she'll like it. But anyway, it's very hush hush until the show. just saying, something is more to come, everyone. More to come. I'm also going to do, I'm doing a pair for a new friend of mine's daughters. They are well-known influencers, and they're going to promote my shoe business, which I really appreciate. And I'm very excited to make something for them. She said once, like 90s daisies, which I'm all about the 90s, if you don't know. It's definitely my decade. So I'm very excited about those two. I'm telling you, all kinds of crazy stuff is coming up. Good stuff. Good artsy things. I am an artsy girl. And I still have a cat. She still exists. Well, my cat videos are doing really, really well, and I'm happy that you all like her because I love her. She's a big part of my life and my personality. So don't think that this is not me. I love her. I love Maya so much. She's one of my biggest muse, my inspirations. She's my muse, one of my biggest inspirations. I like this blue butterfly better than the last one I did. It's it's better shaped or something. I very rarely, actually never really draw the same thing twice. It's never exactly the same when I replicate a design, but I can pretty much do it. It's just not exactly, your custom pair will be unique. That's all there is to it. One of a kind. I don't know if these were supposed to be curved in like that, but that's okay. We can always fix it later. Another reason I don't do the background first is because it's hard to see sometimes, especially if you're doing a darker background. Because this background has to have layers on it. Yeah, that's why I do the foreground first. I hope it makes sense to somebody. It makes sense to me, and I guess that's all that matters. Because I'm the artist. been doing this for a half hour. That's amazing. This is my Waterloo sparkling water. So there's more blue. So the black is only on the sides. Got it. And on the bottom. Let me actually fix the sides a little bit. It's supposed to be thicker up towards the top of the wings. And of course I used too much water. I wrapped it up on the towel. It's okay. It'll be fine. So then there needs to be more blue right over here. Excuse me. Okay. I had a really good dinner this evening. It's a sandwich I like called the Washingtonian. It's from Woodside Deli over in Bethesda. Love that stuff. And they're also nice over there. They put little hearts on my food, and I got a Diet Coke can that says "friend" on it. That's so cute. Oh, jeez. Too much paint on there. Need some white on the tops of these, the top of these wings, in the black part. I don't think there's any on the bottom. So they're just little dots. Okay. I get out my fruit snacks. I love fruit snacks. It's kind of an obsession. I'm not going to draw the antennas because they're just going to get overshadowed when I do the background. So I will wait until the end to draw the antennas. I'm going to do as much as this because I have to switch colors completely. Blue is the opposite of orange, so can't even mix it. So I just make sure I completely have the blue butterfly down right. Okay, so blue butterfly is done, and now I'm going over to orange one. It'll be fun for all. Let me see. Now the orange one, I'm gonna let this one dry up here. The orange one is orange and black, and a little bit of yellow for highlights. So, and white, of course. Orange one is the monarch, which I love. I'm a big fan of monarch butterflies. I'm going to point the orange part first and then draw the black lines in there. Might be a little complicated, but I'll do my best. I can do it. I've done it before. I will. Can't decide if I need to do yellow yet. I guess I do. Like yellow as opposed to sunshine yellow. Wish I could explain it. It's just, this is like dandelion is for Crayola people, which is also a big part of my personality. If you haven't noticed, I love Crayola and I collect it. One day I'm going to show off my collection. I don't think I've done a video like that yet. It's been a while since I showed you guys. Okay. So now we're going to do the monarch, and the monarch, I'm just going to paint the orange in there first. And I might do some red in there. I haven't decided yet. But I'm painting the orange part, which is right in these parts of the wings, and I will go back over it and do the lines that go in there. It is thick over here, but I want to have more room for the parts of the wings. So I'm painting outside the lines, everybody. It's a lot easier to put black over orange than it is to put orange over black, so better safe than sorry. I'll just paint the majority of the wing as orange as I want, and then I'll go back over the black. I've said this before. I cannot play music. I feel like if I could play music in here, I'd have more people stopping in, but I can't because every time I do, I get slapped with the copyright, and I really want to monetize. So, apologies for that. And it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Play non-copyright music. I don't really think it exists, or I think like YouTube bots think it must be copyright no matter what it is. I don't think that they're really. I think they're just being, once again, better safe than sorry. So, and I think the second they hear any lyrics, which I try to find just instrumentals, but it's really harder than you think, especially for a long period of time. I can do it just fine in my videos, but in my shorts, but for some reason this. So anyway, I've tried many times and I'm just going to give up. Sorry. I wish I could play music. So, people are talking a lot about how AI is destroying artists, and I don't necessarily believe that's true. I think it's a tool, because people can differentiate what AI is versus not AI. I think we are fine. Um, I feel like musicians probably dislike AI music. I kind of like it because it doesn't get copyrighted and it's just exactly what I wanted, almost, just like an instrumental thing. But like if they weren't so strict about copyright music, I think I'd be more on their side. Just saying. But I do understand where the dilemma is. I just, as a content creator, I appreciate having just royalty-free music, and it's harder to find than you think it is, because I can understand why it would be too, but it's so frustrating. And even like I have apps and I'm like, okay, I want this song on it and I will pay for that song, but if I like post it on someplace else, it doesn't. I wish I could just like be like, hey, I know, but well, I guess it makes sense because people who are listening to it don't necessarily pay for me, but it's just so annoying. Why can't I get the rights? Like, I want to just get the rights, and I don't even know how much that is or how to go about doing that. And sometimes it's just not worth it, but sometimes I really feel like it fits in some things I do. So those are my thoughts on AI, more or less. This orange is really bright, but once there's some black in there, it will dull down a little bit. It's better for it to be bright right now. Getting there. I'm gonna add more water to my brush because that way it will go on the canvas and not on the soles. Now, if it happens to get on the soles, I know you just use acetone to clean it off, but I prefer not to do double work, honestly, so that's what I usually do. Water on the brush, and then it goes on the canvas. See how it bleeds, and not on to the rubber part, which is the sole. Anyway, that was a fun little tidbit for you. Now, we got to do the lines inside the monarch butterfly. Let's see here. Think of how I'm going to do this. Some of the black parts I haven't completely done either, so let's go and fix that. There's these little triangles right here on both wings. Both sides of the wings, I guess I should say. So that is going to be more black, and then so I'm just sort of there, and then also over here, same thing. I am definitely looking at a reference image. I cannot do a monarch with my head. I just need to. On most things I do look at a reference image. I just like to. I draw what I see, basically, is what my style is. Okay, so there's that. And now, I might need a better brush, but let's see what I can do here. Now we're going to put, there's a line that goes, okay, there's a line that goes from here to the triangle. And it's sort of like not quite in the middle of the triangle. It's like right on the side here. Same thing on the other side. Right about there. And then so that is a shape though, so it can't just be a line. Hold on, let me fix the orange a little bit. It also helps for me to talk about it because I don't always know exactly what I'm going to do. So there's that part, and where that is definitely a shape. So there's like these two tiny little rectangles on the side. So I'm going to paint so like this, I guess, right here. That's not exactly the way I wanted it to happen, but I can fix it later. It's better that I actually have it done right. That right there. See, that wing's a little bit better. Okay, so I can fix it for the other wing right now. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get paint on there so I can make it darker. There's that. Sometimes I get lucky when I'm doing this and I just blot, and then it's not as much to paint over. Put this one right here. There we go. Okay. There we go, it's much better. The orange is a little muddy now, but once it dries, I can brighten it up a lot more with some white. So now there's more space over here, at least there should be. So like more space where the quote unquote crescent or triangle part is. And right there is another line, and it's definitely a triangle. It goes right into there. Okay, those are done, and now there's like more little triangles that jut out from this part, and they connect. Yeah, they do. And they connect, and then I'm going to put more lines over here. Let's see where it connects. Right here, I guess. All right, so that's there. There's more black up here, but I'm going to work on the lines first, and then I'll go back over there. So now there's one right here. And there's one there, but it's supposed to be a little bit downward. There we go. So straight across, and then I'm going to do the bottom half of the butterfly. Right, yeah. So far, so good. Looks like a monarch. That's what we're trying to do. And then, so now this part is black on the bottom here, and then there's like a stripe. So hold on, let me refine the black here. Let me go back over it. Just so we can make sure we have it shaped right. It's sort of wavy at the bottom here. Okay, so now we want, and it's not like a perfect crescent, but we're going to put sort of a wavy little curved line right there on the butterfly wing. And then we're going to add more lines. So, but this one is supposed to be most prominent. It's thickest part, just like these half triangle thingies that I put on the top wings. So it's like right here. This is where one of the lines start, one of the main lines. And this is so hard to explain. So this forks off into 3 lines. So we'll just put that there. There's one there. And this one goes right here, down here. And then there's one in the middle. Yeah. Okay, so now there's one in the middle, but it's like not in the exact middle. It's like right, yeah, that's about right there. Okay, and then, so that's that, and then we have a few more lines on the other side. Not very many, and I actually might not make it as accurate as I could because it's paint and it's not like to scale. It's not drawn to scale, but it's close. So that's what I have. And then we're going to do this with the rest of the butterfly wing part lines. Good. And now we got to do it on the other side. Easy as pie. Not really. Monarchs are hard, but that's why I respect them so much, I guess. They're just like intricate and fun. All right, so now we have that. We're going to do this again. We're going to put like a crescent. I would like to line it up with the other one. So there, like that. There we go. And like I said, once this dries, I can go back over it and make the lines, make it look brighter, like an actual monarch, because right now it kind of just looks like, I don't know. I think it looks good, but like it would look better with more layers of paint, in my opinion. So let's do this right here. Same as before, it's going to be forked into 3 sections. So let's do that. And then, but this should be up like that. It should have been like that. There we go. And then this one. Okay, and now we need to do the rest of the lines up here. There's one right here. This one goes like that. Good enough. And then I have to do the lines down here. And let's fix the base of the butterfly. It runs into the sole, so it's not as detailed. So the thing about painting shoes is that they look like shoes. It's not a flat object, so it's a little difficult sometimes, but I do fine. And that's the lines of the butterfly. And so now we have all the black lines more or less done. I want to kind of fix some of them, but it's pretty good. So and hang on, I have to work on this. So there is this orange here are like mostly, they're really dots, but like, so I'm going to put some black lines in there to indicate as such. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. I'll do my best. There we go, 4 there. One day I'm going to do a shoe design that's all marks, and I'm going to regret it so much, but they're so beautiful to me. I love them. Okay, so that is that. More or less, that is the monarch butterfly. I'll compare it with the one that I've done before. These are really old, well-loved shoes. I've said that. So that is what I have. I need to do some red and yellow and white in there, but I'm going to let the first coat dry first. So yeah, I think this is a good place to stop. So this is what I got accomplished in the past hour. They are the what I'm going to do next. Next time I stream, I'm going to do yellow. Well, I'm going to do it before then, but I'm going to stream. There's going to be, she wants yellow on this side and then pink and purple on this side for the other butterfly. So that's going to be really pretty, I think. Anyway, if you like what you see, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. I'm doing my best to do as many videos as possible. Live streams are a little difficult for me sometimes because it's just hard for me to sit here and talk to myself all day. But you're more than welcome to come into the chat and say hello, entertain me, whatever you want to do. I might come back on to live stream again tonight. I might not. Depends. Let me just kind of clean this up a little bit for some light. But for that reason that I'm not sure that I'm going to go live again, I encourage you to ring the bell. So the bell will tell you, in theory, that when I go live, because sometimes I just have no idea and I'm just like, I feel like going live today, and I just start doing it. So but today I definitely plan for it. So I'm going to try to warn you, but if I for some going forget, at least you'll have the bell on so you know when I'm streaming. So that's always handy. So anyway, I'm going to try and make this as bright as possible. Just working on this part. I'm going to do some yellow in here so it'll be brightened up. I think yellow usually is at the bottom of the wings for butterflies, so at least it's a little bit brighter. Or maybe that's just the angle that it's at. I like the yellow with the orange very much. I think I said this earlier, I ordered some custom magnets. So I'm going to paint those very soon on stream. I'm going to do all kinds of craft fair prep like I usually do. Craft fair prep on stream kind of keeps me accountable, and so and it makes me want to perform more because I like to be in front of the camera. So I want to stop being lazy. I'm not lazy, but it's just really helpful tool for me to keep going rather than putting things off. So that's one of the reasons I like to stream, if you didn't know. But I have a life. I do things. I have many appointments outside of this, and sometimes it's hard for me to get to everything, but I have done my best to be consistent for sure. Just working on this part. See how the yellow just brightens it all up? It's great. And then white will do the same thing. I always do that last after the black is completely dry. Let me see. And this is the middle is completely black, so I guess I'll leave it alone, but I might put some orange in there just to differentiate the body with the wings, between the body and the wings. All right. Looking good, looking good. Let me do a little white on the body. I don't care if it mixes in with the black. I just want to differentiate. Hey, this is the body and this is the wings. This is the church. This is the steeple. That's much better. Let me put a little bit of orange in there too. Yay. So I'm going to save this palette just in case I feel like coming back on tonight, which I might. It all depends. Let me get a really good dessert and just kind of figure out what I want to do. Sometimes I get really into it, so there's that. I think I like it a lot. Let me fix the black a little bit though. This just isn't dark enough. There we go. All right, everybody. This is where I'm going to stop. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, please make sure you like and subscribe. I am an artist first, jokester second, a toy opener. I also have a beautiful cat who sometimes gets in the way, and then sometimes she's just too cute not to pay attention to her because she's adorable. So that's who I am. That's what this channel is. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And hopefully I'll either be back on today or tomorrow. We'll see. Thank you. Bye-bye.